right, so what do we have here? This is another very generous gift that I received from Ricky of Youmakerobots. And this is a, well, as you can see on the side there, Aqua Pad tester. So this is a device that allows you to test the functionality of an Aquarius controller, which are typically known as Aqua Pad. Those are the devices that Ricky makes. And this is a device which allows you to test Aqua Pads. I am going to use this device today to try and test my new Aquarius joystick right here, which should have similar functionality to an Aqua Pad, although not as much functionality as an Aqua Pad. But I'm going to start with my controller and see if this device can test it. So first, let's go ahead and plug it in here. All right, very cool. Now let's plug in my joystick. Now let's go ahead and test the functionality. So I'll start by pressing up on the joystick here. P13, down P5, left P9, right P1. Now I'll put a graphic on the screen to show you what these P indicators are supposed to correspond to in terms of the directions. And let's see how it registers diagonals. So I'll go up and left, P12, up right, P16, down left, P8, down right, P4. Now let's try the buttons. K1, K2, K3, K4, K5, K6. Okay, that's pretty awesome. I do have the buttons wired up in that pattern, so there should be K1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, just as the device is registering. Wow, this is cool. And such a nice little display on this thing. It's very easy to read. It makes me wonder, it makes me wish I was smart enough to actually use this contraption and design it into some other sort of devices, because it's a cool little screen I would like to use for something if I had the intelligence to actually design it into something other than a joystick tester. But yeah, if you have an Aqua Pad or any controller that is designed to work with the Aquarius, this device should test it for you. So next, what I want to do is test the original Aquarius controller and see how that works. All right, so here I have an original Aquarius controller, TJ Ferreira's favorite controller in the world, and we're going to try and test it using this Aqua Pad tester. All right, so we have it plugged in. Let's go ahead and test the buttons here. K1, yep, K2, K3, K4, K5, K6. Now this should be a bit different because an Aquarius controller, just like an Aqua Pad, has 16 directions as opposed to the 8 directions we just looked at with my joystick. So let's go ahead and test the directions now. So up is P13, down is P5, left is P9, or 10, P9, I believe. Right is P1, but now there should be 3 additional diagonal directions in between those 4 cardinal directions. So for example, if we go back up, here's P13, and as I swipe down to the left, we get P12, P11, P10, and then finally P9. So there we go. This tester can be used to test not only original Aqua Pads, but it can also be used to test any controller, I guess, that is designed to work natively with the Aquarius computer, including the original controllers here, as well as a more modern joystick type controller such as this. So there we go. That's pretty cool. You know what I think I want to do is do one more test on this thing, which is using it to test a regular Atari style joystick or controller with an adapter cable that can be used to use an Atari style joystick with the Aquarius computer. So here I have an adapter cable that I built, which allows you to connect a regular Atari style joystick to the Aquarius computer, and it will operate similarly to the joystick we just tested, except obviously an Atari joystick only has either 1 or 2 buttons on it. So what I'm going to do is we'll go ahead and plug in this adapter cable, and I actually want to use it to test this ZX ProPad controller, which you may recognize as being a regular Nintendo style gamepad controller, but this one is designed to work with the ZX Spectrum computer. So I want to test this gamepad with this joystick tester or controller tester, and we'll see how that works. All right, there we go. We have our ZX ProPad connected to our AquaPad tester. And let's go ahead and see what happens here. Up, P13, down, P5, left, P9, right, P1. Now obviously this won't have all of the diagonal directions that the original Aquarius controller had or an AquaPad controller has, but it should have simple diagonal directions. If I press up and to the left, for example, we get P12, up and to the right, P16, down to the right, P4, down left, P8. And let's see what the buttons do. This has 3 buttons, but an Atari joystick will only have 2 buttons at most. So 2 of these buttons I would expect to work. So that one doesn't do anything. This one is K1 button, and this one is K4 button, which is what I would expect. So we can use this tester also to test Atari style joysticks, or in this case gamepads, running through an Atari joystick adapter cable to the tester device. Now finally, let's go ahead and use this tester device the way it was intended and use it to test an actual AquaPad controller. So here we go. I have my brand new AquaPad controller here that I received recently from Ricky of Youmakerobots. It's a very cool looking controller, and this new style controller, you can see it has beveled design on the handles, and it has a curved design as well, and it's really super comfortable to use. And this is probably my favorite controller to use on the Aquarius and the Aquarius Plus now. But let's go ahead and connect it up to this AquaPad tester, and we'll just confirm that it works through the tester as well. All right, I've got the AquaPad connected up now, and we'll go ahead and turn it on. Up at the top here, there is an on-off switch here, and when you turn it on, you have some cool lights lighting up there. Looks really awesome. And there is a auto fire button there as well, which we won't be using today. And as well, this controller also has a cool feature that allows you to switch it between 8 direction mode and 16 direction mode. So right now I should be in 16 direction mode, and if I press down on this stick, those lights should start to flash, which they are now, which means I should be in 8 direction mode. So if I move this stick, I would expect to see 8 directions registering on our tester there. So I'll go up, P13, up left, P11, left, P9, down left, P7, down P5, down right, P3, right, P1, up right, P15, and back to the top is P13. Now if I move into 16 direction mode by pressing the stick again until the lights stop flashing, now I should be getting 16 different directions. So up is P13, and as I rotate around, you can see I get 3 intermediate diagonals here, P10, P11, and P12, until I go to the left, which is P9. And all of the 4 diagonal quadrants will have 3 intermediate values. So if we go to the right here, we have P1, and then as I swipe down, it goes to P2, P3, and P4. And now if we test the buttons, K1, K2, K3, K4, K5, and K6. there we go. So yes, of course, this device does test the original AquaPad controller, because after all, that's what it's designed to do, because it is an AquaPad tester. So I want to thank Ricky very much for sending me this cool device. Now we can use this to test all kinds of controllers that are designed to work with the Aquarius computer, including AquaPads and Aquarius joysticks, and even Atari style controllers going through an adapter cable. So there we go. That's it for today. Thank you very much, Ricky. This is a really cool device, and it's going to come in really handy for testing controllers for use with the Aquarius and Aquarius Plus computers. Thanks everyone for watching, and we'll see you next time. Take care.